Hello, friends, and welcome back to the main event. Season 8 has started. War 1 against TNSSA, the not-so-secret Avengers, another Platinum 3 alliance from last season. Pretty excited to get back into it, so let's go. Going in today with Blade and Void and Ghost Rider, because we have a villain on the mini-boss who is not a Kingpin, believe it or not. So first up we have a unduped 6-star Loki, but I'll tell you, that is the first time I've ever gotten an offer in the middle of war. Very irritating. I can't stand those offers coming up. Anyway, so we have a 6-star unduped Loki here on just whatever diversity node this happens to be. And I've actually gotten a surprising amount of practice against Loki in the off-season. So my line started to do map 6 in the off-season just to get some of the additional awards, additional glory. And I have a Loki on my path in the final tier. So I've gotten really good at dodging his special 1. Now this Loki, of course, is unduped, so he doesn't have that irritating 1-bar power gain. But the 1 in AQ does. And if you dodge early so that the end of your Dex animation is when the blast from his whatever that thing is called hits you, you can actually go in and punish the special 1. I don't think I needed to do it here, but something that I'm still working on, and hopefully I can use in future fights. So next up we have, what is this, a Karnak on another diversity node. So I've gotten tagged by Karnak in wars past. I think last season I fought him a few times, and I did get tagged once or twice. So I was kind of playing a little bit extra careful here. I don't think I pushed him to his S2, even though I really have no problems dodging it. His S1 is pathetically easy to dodge. So, and I still, I can't stop myself from waiting until after he does the foot stomp, even though I know in my head that there is no hit event during the latter half of that animation, and that you can go in as soon as he pushes. That's the only hit event. You can go in immediately after that and interrupt the special animation. So, but I just played safe. Who knows what kind of sorcery Kabam Mike's got going on during these war fights. So, this fight seems to be taking longer than normal. I don't remember Karnak having that large of a health pool. Maybe it's just because I'm spending so much time baiting these special attacks, and I'm pretty much sticking to my S2 here rather than getting the guaranteed lengthier bleeds on my S1. But I do need Blade for at least one more fight here, so I didn't want to take too much block or parry damage. So we're already up to almost 90 hits here. And there he goes, 92 hits. So that was a longer fight than I wanted, but what are you going to do? Alright, so we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of the path here. Now this is a curious placement here. This is a 6-star Red Hulk on the Buffet Recovery mini-boss node. Now I'm not really sure what they're going for here. Maybe it's because he has such a large health pool, especially as a 6-star, that you're hoping that the opponent times out because of the Buffet and Recovery. But, almost everyone brings Void on this path. So, I'm not going to use Void in this fight because I get class advantage and I get danger sense for this fight. But I don't really think this is a good placement at all. And you can see, I did boost up just because, I have them. Might as well use them, just the light boosts. We're 15 seconds in and he's already 20% down on his health. So I would not be making this placement, but I'm happy to take down a Red Hulk. Looks like they are running willpower, so that lengthens the fight just a little bit. And I'm not taking a lot of parry damage. I'm baiting out those special ones. He can hit pretty hard into your block once he works up those heat charges. Almost got clipped by a heavy there. Usually those heavies will snap right to you if you're just out of range. So I guess I got lucky there and didn't get tagged. So he's got about 8 heat charges, 9 heat charges now. So if he hits into my block a few times, or if he happens to break through my block or I mess up and I get hit, he's going to hit pretty hard on a 5-hit combo. So really need to be careful. I've had a lot of practice against Red Hulk and Labyrinth, so this guy really wasn't much of an issue here, and he goes down. Moving right along, this is the Explosive Personality, Aggression Armor node. I've seen Yondu's on here, which is what this is. I was really expecting an Iron Man. Yondu doesn't really gain anything from this node. He's got no auto block or anything. So really the only key here is to A, not hit into his block at all, and B, you have to hopefully not let him hit into your block with his arrow, otherwise he will proc a bleed through your block, which is no fun. And as a 6-star on these war nodes, those bleeds can tick for a lot of damage, even with willpower. So I do land quite a few good parries here on his dash medium, so the arrow I don't think ever gets a bleed on me. You can kind of work yourself into a little bit of danger on this fight if you need to try and push him over a bar of power, because your options are really to just let him hit into your block to beta heavy, in which case you're going to risk a bleed like I had to do right there, or try and hit into him a couple times, go back and intercept. But then if you're hitting into his block, you're going to be risking that explosive armor. So I do have unlimited parries on this one, so I kind of go that route instead. Use my specials liberally to try and push him over a bar, and down he goes. Pretty happy with how that went. Alright, so this fight I scouted out beforehand. This was a 455 Sentinel. I fought Sentinel on this node many, many times. And as I've said probably many, many times before, when it comes to the analysis charges, I really just ignore them. It can get... Void's damage is not coming from critical hits, so at full analysis, when he's really nerfing your crits, it doesn't really matter, because all of the degen that you're proccing on him is direct damage, and it's bypassing whatever resistance and defenses he has anyway. And you'll see, like, the fight starts off pretty slow, as most fights against Sentinel do, but then once I get Fear of the Void up, you can really just start to see the damage roll on him. And then when I get the Petrifies on top of Fear of the Void, the Arc Overload just melts him. So, I mean, realistically, it doesn't matter who you put on this node, unless it's somebody like an Agent Venom or a Taskmaster or a Kingpin. Void is just going to melt everybody on this node. So you see he's had the full analysis for a while now, and now I've got a Petrify and Fear the Void up, so he's going to be degenning 150% of the Arc Overload when it procs here in a few seconds here. I don't even mind that he's got the Power Reserve working for him with the analysis, because that just means I can bait additional specials and get more openings without parrying or risking a hit. So, and there you go. So we've got took a blocked hit there. Waiting for that degen to kill him, and there it goes. All right, there he goes. All right, so pretty happy with this war so far. We have a Sabertooth mini-boss. This is the Strike Back Recovery node. Now, I do make a really bad mistake early on here, but it doesn't cost me. You'll see how I will parry him and then back off and go back in. And instead of parrying me, he actually launches a special attack, and I'm able to dodge out of the way barely. I really don't know how I lucked out, but you'll see it here in a minute. So I got the Petrify up early, which is great, so I can use my special attacks. There you go. So I went back in. He launched a special attack to intercept me, but I was able to dodge out of the way, probably because the hit event on that is not until he lands. So yeah, so I'm able to throw another special one there. Now I've got both Petrifies up, so the fight is completely under control. All I have to do is just keep cycling. He's being very, very cooperative with the special attacks. Sabertooth is another champ that I have gotten a lot more practice fighting in AQ. He's also on my path in Tier 1, Tier 2, I forget. So yeah, and again, infinite parries on this mini boss node. So it's just, I'm not really in any danger here. Even if he tags me, Void's health pool is so high that it's really not going to do much. And there he goes. So all in all, a very good start to the season for me personally and for our alliance. So we did take the win. So to you all in the not so secret Avengers, good war to you. And that's about it. So I'm looking forward to a good season. Once again, I'll be trying to go for that no death season. Don't want to jinx myself, but we'll see what happens. So to you, the viewer, thanks for watching. See you next time.